Welcome everybody. As you can see, no intro for this video, but this was such a beautiful moment that I am so happy I got to capture. I try to stay away from trying to capture every single beautiful moment, but this one I had to capture for you guys. It was a park near my place, and I went there, meditated, did yoga, journaled, and relaxed there for a couple hours. Here is my beautiful baby girl, my sister, the soul that brightened up my life 100 million trillion times. And I'm so thankful that she came into my life when I was only 10 years old, and I got to call her my little sister. Here she is as I walk her to school. My family lives 2 hours from me, and when I visit them, I have my mom feed me with her hands because I'm a big baby. Here I am, returning back home, gotten blessings from my family for my exams, and ready to go tackle these finals. Waiting for my exams. I got some green tea with me because trying to avoid caffeine. After I got home from my exams, I got ready for the night, did some reading. This is a book I'm reading about generational trauma. Such a good book, gives you so many perspectives and teaches you how generational trauma is passed down through bodies and life, and I just love it. And this is another book I'm reading called Kingdom of Copper. It's more fiction and it's good as well. Although I tackled one final exam, I had plenty more to go, so here's me cleansing my space and heading on to studying and writing some essays, doing some research. I love to have my space cleansed and candle lit before I start doing work for school, so I can feel refreshed and feel like I'm in a very nurturing place. And got to go get some dinner that night as well. Got some veggies and some rice. Grand rising, everybody. Today's rising has been such a wonderful experience, and I'm about to get ready and head to class, but I woke up around 6, did my yoga, my meditation, but it was really hard to get out of bed because it's finals week, and right when I wake up, that's what's running through my head is, oh my gosh, I have this project to finish, this to study for, and this to do, and work, and everything was just shooting through my head. But I managed to get out of bed, and there was a beautiful sunrise right in front of my face, which was I don't know how to describe it with words, but I was very grateful that I woke up and got out of bed. While those things were shooting in my head, I got to see this beautiful sunrise and enjoy some breath work. And really, breath work, it helps me so much, because when I start breathing and just being there, breathing and letting my thoughts flow through my head, all that anxiety that I'm holding in my body just seems to flow away. And before I do my yoga and my meditation, I like to set an intention, just like a prayer that, I pray that these rituals I'm about to do fulfill their purpose and give me release. I do not preach to be perfect. I preach to learn. I preach to evolve, because we are not the same we were even 5 seconds ago, 5 minutes ago. We're always evolving. We're always changing, and learning to accept that, learning to work through that is what this channel is about. Way or no means know how to handle my life perfectly, but what I do know is I have disciplined myself, and I will continue to discipline myself, because discipline is what keeps us going, not motivation. And discipline comes from the inner world. Motivation comes from the outer world. And people do talk about instinct and outer motivation, but discipline is what truly keeps our life afloat and purposeful. And so do those little moments like the sunrises. And it's all about the little moments, discipline, love, kindness, and all these cheesy things. And you know, I feel like the world, we're all so filled with anxiety to what's to come and who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that. We forget that our inner world is also struggling and asking for us to just be with ourselves, with no distractions, no, you know, overwhelming outer world things. We just need to be sometimes. And it's hard for me to talk about this with no exact like script or like thoughts planned out, but I'm doing my best, and it's early in the morning. I'm gonna go get ready for class. So right now I'm in the meditation room for my college, and it is such a good resource for us students to have a room dedicated to peace and meditation. And sometimes I just stop by here in between classes, and I have a next class coming up in about 20 minutes, and just be at peace with myself. Sometimes we really need a time where we just can be at peace by ourselves, even between the day. It doesn't always have to be morning and night. Sometimes we need that quick rejuvenation in the midst of the day, and with finals coming up, I know I definitely need this, very much so. And I'm just so grateful all the time, you know, even when obstacles come my way, even when I make mistakes and these mistakes turn into patterns, I know I can restart. So that's the best part about life and meditation. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my meditation and head to class. I just got done with classes and it was really fun. Actually, we learned about policies and arguments about what reduces crimes and what doesn't, and you know, I'm not gonna get into depth with that. I just wanted to touch base about our inner world, because that's what we started talking about this morning. Our inner world, when we take care of our inner world, the way our outer world just automatically flows and becomes more desirable is astonishing to me. Because once I started doing my shadow work, once I started, you know, giving in to just my raw emotions in the past few months, which I haven't posted YouTube videos, I've been going through very raw emotions when it comes to stress, when it comes to sadness, happiness. They've all been very raw, and in the moment felt like it would be very artificial to pull out my phone and record those moments, because that would take away from me trying to be there. Just, you know, and social media does that. It really gets in the way of us working in our inner world, because we just want to show our accomplishments and our improvements to the social media instead of really seeping them into ourselves and working for more, because those are just worldly view of success. What exists is alignment, frequencies, energies, and us being able to balance those out through the activities we do daily. And sometimes we don't balance them out and things go, you know, right and left, up, down, and not how we desired it to. But that's the awesome part about life, is that those are the times where we learn the most. And enough talking for now. I'm about to go get a car wash. my car wash, got home after my car wash, cleaned up, got the bathroom cleaned up, kitchen cleaned up, dishes done. You know, I like to get things done when I have the time to, and now just have my cup of tea and I'm relaxing. Now I just want to talk about how the inner world affects our reality. In all honesty, I think we all seek validation of some sort. Mine happens to be due to my culture from family, and you know, I really seek a lot of validation from family. And you know, this is a topic that is very sensitive to me, which is family. You know, we seek validation from a lot of places in our lifetime, and one of which tends to be our family, and which is great. Sometimes we do need that extra oomph support from our family, but you know, with me, we grew up in a very close-knit family, and when I say family, I don't just mean my immediate parents and grandparents. I mean my uncle, aunt, everything. We grew up kind of interlaced, so I grew up thinking of my uncle and aunts as my parents as well. So as you grow up and you make your own choices, you know, not everybody's gonna agree with you, not everybody's gonna desire the same thing as you, and the point is, not everybody's gonna look at you and be proud of you, and you have to do that for yourself, you know. And that means really focusing on your micro goals to lead to your ultimate goal. So having a purpose in mind of what your ultimate goal will be in, let's say, 5 years, 10 years, 4 years, whatever, however much time it may take for you to reach that goal. Now, we can't work for that goal every day thinking we're gonna get it like this, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work throughout the whole day for this goal, and by tomorrow I'm gonna be doing this, you know. No, that's not how it works. You have to have little goals every single day that dedicate you and your time to that macro, that big and whole goal. And that's what makes you proud of yourself, is accomplishing these little tasks. And accomplishing your own inner peace has to do a lot with writing. And this has been my journal for a year now, and I'm almost at the end of it. The things me and this journal have been through. It's so nice to keep a journal, you guys, to reflect back to the times where you weren't doing so well, but how you turned it into an experience. It's so good to have a journal because you get to just reflect and see what you've been through in the past year or past months, and just see how you've improved, see what kind of patterns are coming into your life, what kind of excuses you're making in order to avoid these micro, you know, accomplishments. It's just a way to speak to yourself kindly, and I feel like nowadays it is really hard for people to speak to themselves kindly, especially because of all these distractions around us, you know. And when I say like distractions, I mean literally they are everywhere. Starting with our cell phones. I mean, cell phones can be great. They can help you out with all sorts of issues. But I think I've noticed in myself and in many other people as well, that we have become addicted to certain aspects of our cell phones, such as social media. And I've already talked about social media a little bit, but I haven't talked about the part where social media, the way it's manufactured, make it in certain ways where they make sure it's scientifically addicting, you know. They make sure that you, once you log out, once you get off the page, you crave to go back just like that. And that is their job, and that is what makes me extremely sad, is because there are jobs out there like that that promote addiction to a screen. And social media used in variations, in timely manner is good. I mean, you can influence people like the way I'm trying to with YouTube, but you really need to have set time with social media. Because you can just sit there and 5 hours go by. Ta-da. So I just really think a part of doing our inner work is cutting out social media for a certain period of time and giving yourself a little bit of time on, little bit at a time. Wake up, stare at social media, you're going to sleep, you're staring at social media. If we live our life like that, we are bound to get stuck, to freeze, to compare ourselves, to not feel proud of ourselves, to seek more validation beyond just family. And we do not need anybody's validation. Yet, we will seek validation, but let's learn to seek validation from the right things and the right people. And let's do that together. Something I've discovered is that when you let go of the outer world's expectations and really, really seep into your internal world and read more books about love and read more poetries, read more healing books, and watch more things that affect you in a positive manner and just give light to where needed, you just watch yourself transform into this beautiful, beautiful creature. And I cannot describe how amazing that transformation feels. Dance, create, sing, just randomly, just be who you were meant to be. Listen to those whispers in the back of your head that tell you, hey, get up, dance, let's create something pretty, let's do this, let's feed this inner child who needs this. And I really recommend to try these things, to try dancing, to try creating, no matter how silly it seems to you as an adult. These things are very beneficial to you, developing into a better you. But set yourself free, set yourself up for success. No matter where you are in life, you can always set yourself up for success. And by success, you already know, I don't mean having a lot of money, I don't mean getting famous. I don't know what success means to you, but I do know what success means to me, so that is what I'm describing it. I don't think material success is real. We came empty-handed. We're gonna get buried, burned, whatever you desire to do, empty-handed. Our soul is what matters on this planet. So feed your soul right, and feed your soul plenty of nourishing elements of life.